We turning it up, we letting them know. We shutting them up, we running the show. We turning it up, we figured it out, we turn it around.
Yeah, I can.
We letting it up, straight from the ground, yeah, it's going down. Moment of silence, ain't no more sound before we get wild. I'm ready to shine, the beast from within, I'm letting it out. We turning it up, hey, we'll fight at a time. It's never enough, I ain't need that but it shine. I'm all in my zone, I'm all in control. I'm whipping the sauce, no matter the cost, we bringing it home. Turn up, turn up, hey, turn up, turn up, hey, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turning it up, turn 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 up. I need a spot on the podium, retrieving the crowd that was on her, bringing the heat like a sauna. I wear the bell like an armor, death before dishonor. I steady channel the prana, the crowd's favorite warrior. I'm proud, I'm pushing it forward. I'm on a roll, hey. I'm untouchable like I'm MC Hammer. Talk good, but I walk it better. Heads up like it's bad weather. Talk to him, I'm a grown fella, and we turn it up like it's Coachella. Dogs out cause they wrote the color. See, this life's talking.
Where did you get this music from?
We turn it around. We blending it up, straight from the ground, yeah, it's going down. Moment of silence, ain't no more sound before we get wild. I'm ready to shine, the beast from within, I'm letting it out.
Wait, now they can. There it is. Now they can. Oh god, my microphone is horrendous. There it is. My mic is horrendous. Oh no, I'm not gonna talk. Goodbye, guys. Mic is horrible. Alright, toxic. They can't hear me, but
Orion and Gucci. I just want to say, Gucci is the biggest fraud of all time. The truth, because Gucci almost lost to me, and by that rule, I should be in the Super Bowl. And by the way, the second time he won, it was because the tight end broke 5 tackles to get him into field goal range. Unrealistic to me, to be honest. So Orion though, Orion pretty much ran through the AFC. And it's like if Orion isn't drunk playing Madden, he's gonna probably win by 40 points. Let's be realistic. If he turns the ball over 7 times, he's gonna lose by 10 points. It's a thing like that, you know. It's situational. But personally, Orion's gonna win like 38-10. That's just me now. We do. This thing right now is crazy. Oh snap! Hello.
Where the hell is... Oh, God. Do I sound, like, terrible? Okay, hold up. Because I was using my AirPods, and they're obviously not sufficing.
You forgot how to do your job? That's crazy to me. And back up
to you, Tony.
I appreciate.
Hey, Victor. All I'm saying, you have to hit Devin with the. I don't know, Jim.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, Jim. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know, Jim.
That is so bad.
Yeah, why did like PSN have to die as soon as we were about to have the Super Bowl?
No, for like it died immediately and it came back up.
PlayStation moment be like,
Wow, no one has faith in Gucci. Kind of fucked.
wait, someone has to bet on Gucci. It's the only.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Someone take the risk.
Someone take it. Someone lose their -1.
-1 is crazy.
I may have to do it.
Yo,
do it right now.
Wait, so as the sideline judge, I'm really gonna have to. I'm just gonna interview Orion. I'm FaceTime him and be like, "Hey, Orion, what's your game plan?"
Where's Devin?
FaceTime him right now.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Tell him what he thinks about his opponent. How do I talk? I'm live. Let's go.
We are live.
Mid. He died.
I shall go mute.
Watch me whip. No, watch me name.
Shall I make an announcement, Julian? Bolt 51. All right. Shall I make an announcement, Julian? Bolt 51.
Sound like on this or no?
Do we watch Orion stream? No, really.
Yo.
We can hear you, bud. We can hear you.
I know. I'm asking if I sound like cat shit or not.
You sound like Patrick Mahomes.
All right, I interviewed the head coach for the Chiefs. He said he's drunk as shit and throw that bitch up.
Let's go. That's the that's the interview we need.
Muted until I'm called to be on the sideline.
Hold on. What stream? Am I watching the stream that you sent in admin?
No. You gotta watch Onion.
Oh God, I have to pull that up. Hold on.
Hold up. I have to
Tell me that God off.
Wait a minute.
Oh wait, I have to go send his stream to my other account now and watch on my laptop.
Damn, I wish my AirPod mic wasn't just the worst thing ever.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm literally just using the speaker.
I'm literally just using my phone speaker.
Yeah, same. No, don't forget. Wait.
Victor, are you doing play-by-play or color?
No, I'm doing. You're doing play-by-play.
Okay.
Yeah, and I told him to hit you with the I don't know, Jim. All right, I'm gonna mute myself then, and then when you call me sideline, I cook.
What? You just give us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arizona for this year's Super Bowl. We have a matchup of the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm here with my partner, Victor.
I'm him.
As the kick is off and Jerick McKinnon will field it for a touchback. This Kansas City offense that is about to take the field is arguably the greatest of all time, led by the favorite for this league's MVP award, Patrick Mahomes. Victor, what do you see this offense doing in this game?
Well, as I heard from my fellow sideline judge, Michael Pozo, he said, "quote Throw that up to Mecole Hardman."
We know that here comes Orion whenever he wants to throw the ball downfield, and I would be very shocked to see them hold back early on here. As Mahomes drops back, and he throws it.
Check down.
Travis Kelce, who did not have the best year, of course, according to his standards, but eventually you're going to take a back seat when you have a 2,000-yard receiver like Mecole Hardman.
Might I say, Mecole Hardman might as well be the greatest receiver of all time. Man was amazing throughout this whole season. Oh, and we got a timeout.
An early timeout here used by the Dallas defense. Not something you typically see with 23 seconds elapsed into a Super Bowl, something they didn't like there. As Mahomes comes out, trips to his left, Kelce to his right, and he'll drop back.
Oh,
and he'll
wow.
deliver it to MVS, and the ball's punched out, and that'll be an incomplete pass. He had what looked to be first down yardage before dropping the ball, and a already early mistake that might cost this Kansas City team down the line.
Might I say, that's a rare drop for someone like Marcus Valdes-Scantling. That was rare. Wow.
Mahomes in the gun on 3rd and 7, and money down, and he'll throw it down the field, and MVS gets his early redemption with a 21-yard gain down the sideline.
Back to him, yes.
And Kansas City offense on the move in Dallas territory already, and it'll be a handoff to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Edwards-Helaire has taken a back seat. Veteran Adrian Peterson was brought in after trading Isaiah Pacheco, and that has been a huge addition to this KC offense when they do decide to run the ball, which is not often.
No, very rare for this offensive Orions.
Dallas secondary backing up, as you can rarely play press coverage against this offense. Mahomes drops back, and he delivers a strike to former Steeler Juju Smith-Schuster, and he had to deliver that one quickly as Micah Parsons coming off the edge after a almost 7-sack performance against the Washington Commanders earlier in this postseason.
Might I say, I was there at the game, and I was witnessing Micah Parsons absolutely destroy that Washington offensive line.
And another handoff to Edwards-Helaire, and that one will go nowhere. One thing you cannot afford to be is behind the sticks with this Dallas defense. That pass rush, as we talked about, Micah Parsons, is lethal on passing downs.
And don't forget about his partner, Sam Williams. That man has been there as much as Micah. I will tell you that.
As Kansas City here in the Super Bowl once again with Patrick Mahomes and a new coach of Coach Orion, who has completely bought into the philosophy of throwing that rock down the field in around the red zone early on here. And he has Travis Kelce on the right side, and that'll be a first down. Oh, just short of first down yardage, excuse me. And now officially in the red zone early on, this Kansas City offense is moving.
It is moving, Jim.
3rd and inches. most teams, they would just line up under center and get it real quickly, but not this Kansas City team. They're in the gun here as Hardman motions out left. A little bit of movement from the Dallas front. Mahomes drops back, and he has his tight end Travis Kelce. I almost out of habit said his favorite target. That has not been the case this year, as we alluded to. But on the money down, he comes up huge already with 3 catches.
What a route by Travis Kelce there, getting that first down.
As Mahomes in a jumbo set, and he'll hand it off.
Adrian Peterson
breaks the tackle, and he is
Oh
down
my God.
the 3-yard line. The old head getting loose in the Super Bowl.
Old head indeed. Oh, and is he gonna come in? He's coming in for this 2nd and goal.
Typically, you'll see the bigger back, Adrian Peterson, get more work in down here. It is not a surprise, as we saw that huge broken tackle that really prevented what could have been a negative gain already, and it'll turn into a 5-yard gain. No secret, this is the most prolific offense in the league. Down here is where they cannot afford to have any laps, as Adrian Peterson will make a man miss, break a tackle, and he will be tackled at the 1-yard line, just inches, in his first Super Bowl of his long, illustrious career.
Now, will we see KC pass the ball down here, or will we see them run it up the gut with AP again?
We've seen over the years that Kansas City does not hesitate to get creative down here. Let's see what they pull out here. And Mahomes checking at the line of scrimmage. It's a handoff to Adrian Peterson, and Jabril Cox has seen enough. A 4-yard loss, and that almost all but takes you out of the range of where you can feel like you're comfortable going for it. They might have to take their 3 here.
Nope, not with Coach Orion. Coach Orion, we know him very well.
Field. Victor, what do you feel about this decision? What would you do here?
I will do the same. It's the Super Bowl. You gotta take. You want 6 here. You want 6.
Mahomes drops back. And he intercepted Anthony Barr, and he's got nobody in front of him, and he might be gone. Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the chase. Mahomes not far behind, but at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Dallas strikes first. In a huge turn of events, a phenomenal drive by Kansas City stalls out, and it ends with a Dallas touchdown, a 100-yard pick 6. Catastrophe early on for Kansas City.
Catastrophe indeed. Think it was it was best to take that field goal, but I know Coach Orion wanted that 6 right there.
A brutal backbreaker early on. Kansas City obviously has not played much from behind this year, but they do have the play style that could fit as long as they aren't pressing down the field too hard.
Oh no, you bet. KC will get Coach Orion will get that ball downfield, and he will have 6 this drive.
As this Kansas City offense, as they so rarely do under center, play action, Mahomes drops back, and he has a man down the field.
He has Mecole Hardman
inside the 10-yard line. The MVP to the Offensive Player of the Year. The dynamic duo strikes early in the Super Bowl. A 79-yard in the air completed pass. There's only one man in the NFL that could do that, and it is Patrick Mahomes.
What a pass by Patrick Mahomes. Might I say, might be the greatest, might be one of the greats. What a pass.
And they will come here inside the 6, back like they never left. Hopefully a better result if you're a Chiefs fan. A handoff to Edwards-Helaire. Edwards-Helaire will fall forward to cut this in about half from 1st and goal from the 6 to 2nd and goal from the 3. What are you doing here? Are you keeping the ball on the ground, or are you trusting your MVP to get it done after what happened last drive?
I think you might have to run the ball here. Get it. If you get it at the 1, just sneak it in with Mahomes. Get the easy 6. That's what you got to do here. Can't afford another pick 6 like last drive.
And a 6-man box, a 5-man front. Patrick Mahomes making checks at the line. They might have had a run, but they don't have numbers in the box. The check here. Mahomes drops back. He has a
Dangerous pass.
and a great
Dangerous
throw
pass.
by number one of the Dallas secondary. What looked to be open disguised cover 2, and that flat route was not as open as either of us thought it was.
No, I would have taken the slant, one of those slants there.
Both of these teams obviously so prolific throughout the season, but we weren't expecting Kansas City to turn the ball over much. They did not do that. They had one of the lower INT rates considering the amount of attempts they've had this season. As Mahomes in the gun once again. Mahomes takes a snap in the gun, drops back, has no one,
And he is
that
sacked.
Dallas pass rush gets loose again. Osa Odigizua. What a play early on, and this Dallas defense has allowed over 150 total yards, and they're about to only allow 3 points. As P.J. Walker on the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And you could say that Kansas City has been outplaying Dallas majority of this game in the early goings, and there is not much to show for it.
KC has been outplaying this defense, but you just got to finish there. You can't afford to lose points there.
Vontae Turpin, the former USFL MVP, one of the more electric return men in the league. Can't get much going there, but they'll get above average field position starting at the 31. And this Kansas City defense, don't sleep on them despite all the talk about this offense. They are very, very opportunative, led by the emergence of nickel corner Rashad Wildgoose. And that is a wheel to Tony Pollard out of the backfield and Juan Thornhill on the play. And there is a just short of the yard gain for the first down marker. Now, we talked a lot about this KC offense, but this Dallas offense, Victor, what do you see from them that they can expose in this game?
This Dallas offense could definitely expose man coverage from this KC defense. Might I say, they have Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Schultz. This offense is very explosive. And not forget their running game. Zeke, their power back Zeke, and their looser back Tony Pollard. This Dallas offense is very explosive. They are a very good team.
Weapons everywhere, like an army bunker on both sides. This Dallas offense is not to be messed with, as they will come out in a 1st and 10 from their own 45. Prescott under center, and you'll see Dallas do this a lot with 2 of their running backs in the backfield at the same time. Handoff to Pollard, flag on the field, and Tony Pollard will be stopped just past the first down marker, but this one looks like it's coming back. It's the elder statesman, Tyron Smith out of USC, and that'll be a 10-yard holding penalty, and you can't afford penalties in the Super Bowl. Both of these teams are too good to give extra lives to. Once again, both running backs in the backfield. Play action to Pollard, and he'll dump it off to Zeke, and as you said, both these running backs add a dynamic to this.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible, or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. BK, have it your way.
He is dangerous as Zeke in the passing game.
No, indeed not.
As Dallas will line up for a 2nd and long after the holding penalty pushed them back earlier. In the gun, Prescott. Pollard to his right, and Prescott drops back, and he'll throw it to Pollard, but right on it is Nick Bolton out of Mizzou, one of the more slept-on linebackers in the league. Of course, SEC football is no joke, and that's where he comes from, and he has transferred his talent very well to the NFL.
Oh, and looks like we got man coverage.
Dak Prescott in the gun, drops back, Nick Bolton on the blitz, but Jalen Tolbert beats his man for a huge conversion, and that'll keep this Dallas drive alive. Jalen Tolbert, another speedster that has found an emergence in this Dallas offense that has been built and predicated off its ability to utilize speed.
Like I said earlier, you can't run man coverage against this dynamic Dallas offense. It's just too good.
Prescott, and now you see the roles of Pollard and Zeke switch. Pollard now the up back, Zeke now the tailback. It's a handoff to Elliott. Elliott powers forward, and as you said, that power back on display right there.
Yeah, you just can't. And then if Z gets tired as the game goes on, you could put in your elusive back Tony Pollard, and he'll just break your defense. You cannot stop this Dallas offense.
This Dallas offense, as you said, very hard to stop unless they are stopping themselves. Turnovers are what are capable of killing them. As this KC defense looking for a stop to keep this game from getting a little out of control early. Prescott hands it off to Pollard.
And they're pushing forward.
Absolutely lit up, but that will be first down yardage. And now this Dallas offense is moving with a little bit of tempo here. Prescott, play action after utilizing the run game, and he's got a man. That's Jalen Tolbert. Touchdown, Dallas.
Touchdown, Dallas.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. BK, have it your way.
The moment he got out of that play action is Brett Maher lines up for the extra point, and he will drill it. As Ryan Anger gets ready to punt this one away for the kick after score, as Jet McKinnon in the end zone will not take it, and that'll send this Kansas City offense out, who has gotten inside the 5 on 2 instances and has 3 points to show for it. What do they need to do to punch it in when they get down there?
You just got to hand it off to your best back down there. Adrian Peterson has just been so good in the red zone.
Patrick Mahomes, as we've seen so many times, in the gun with 4 wide receivers. He'll drop back.
And he's hit as he's thrown.
He will throw it up, hit as he's thrown, and it is intercepted.
Kirby Joseph.
Intercepted. Joseph on the return, and he'll get a good return as this Dallas offense is sent right back out onto the field at the 37-yard line of Kansas City, and this has potential to get ugly quick if this Kansas City defense can't make a play here.
This KC defense desperately needs to stop. You can't let Dallas get hot here.
2 receivers to the left, both backs in the backfield. Prescott, 3-step drop, and he's going to drop even further. And he has a man. That's Dalton Schultz. And Dalton Schultz, first play, sudden change, touchdown Dallas. And boy, is this one getting out of hand quickly.
This is getting very out of hand for Coach Orion. I just can't know how Patrick Mahomes feels dropping back, and he sees Michael Parsons and Sam Williams in his face every single time.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. BK, have it your way.
They've been able to move the ball and score, and now it's just gotten out of hand quickly.
This just has gotten too out of hand for Coach Orion. Let's see what he does on this drive.
And
Need points here. Need 6.
And they come out and empty, and we discussed how they can't force it early, as they will go to Travis Kelce underneath, who tells that young man to get off of him. And that is a 9-yard gain, a good start to a drive that may have game-ending implications early on in the second quarter.
And we see Coach Orion going with hurry up here. See what he does here.
Trying to catch this Dallas defense off guard. Mahomes
good throw to your
has
MVP.
Mecole Hardman as they hook up once again for first down. Partner, what do you see in this Kansas City team that we haven't seen throughout the year?
What I haven't seen throughout this year is you gotta run the ball more here. You just can't rely on your.
And as we say that, down the field to Mecole Hardman, and he can't haul it in. Trevon Diggs on the coverage, and he looked to get beat shortly. And great recovery by him. I mean, this Kansas City offense can't buy a big play right now, it feels like.
I just feel like they should have relied on their run game throughout this whole year. They just relied too much on the passing game. And they just can't. This Dallas defense, these corners, they just stick to your receivers like glue.
Well, we talk a lot about the implications a pass rush can have on an offense, and if you're not running the ball, these pass rushers, they can get aggressive and upfield quickly, and that is dangerous for any team, especially a pass-heavy team like the Chiefs. 3rd and 4, a humongous down early on.
And it's Micah
And a
Parsons with the
humongous play as Micah Parsons with the strip sack recovered by Osa Odigizua, and this is hairy for the Kansas City team. They need something to go their way and something to go their way fast.
they need something desperately bad. If this drive ends in the Cowboys TD, I could see this getting out of hand.
Tony
Very,
Pollard
very,
on the
very ugly.
handoff, and Kansas City, something breaks their way. 2nd and 10. I mean, you see this Kansas City defense is extremely set on playing man coverage, and it is not exactly paid dividends for them yet.
Absolutely no. You just can't play man coverage with these receivers.
And Tony Pollard on the outside handoff, and Nick Bolton, who seems to be about the only Kansas City defender who's been everywhere right now. And, I mean, he makes another great play there. 3rd and 8, setting up a passing down. What does this Kansas City defense do here?
You got to get a stop. You got to run some type of zone. Confuse Dak. You've been running man this whole time. Receivers just getting open. You got to run zone here.
And a 3-3. We saw this look from TCU throughout their run to the national championship. Rarely used in the NFL. And that might be why the seams can't guard the seams in a 3-3-5. And Dak Prescott has been superb early on here.
I mean, this game just has been too easy for Dak. His receivers are getting open very easily. He can rely on his 2 bags, Zeke, Tony Pollard. It's just too easy for Dak.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, you have to think Kansas City, they don't get ball at half. They cannot go down 4 possessions here. It would be a Herculean task to come back from. As Dak Prescott, 3 receivers to his left, 1 receiver flankered out. And he'll hand it off to Zeke, who is stopped in the backfield. The max of Zach Chanel and Shepard getting in on the play there. And another good first down play, but a team that has struggled to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll need to put together 2 very, very strong plays here. Hold this Dallas offense to 3.
I might add, where has this Kansas City defensive line been? Where is this pressure to Dak? Where is these sacks? No one's getting home. Chase Young, you have Chase Young, Chris Jones, Daron Payne. Where's the pressure to Dak?
They could use some pressure here. A 2nd and long. Dak Prescott drops back.
Chase Young?
And Chase Young on the pressure. He's hawking him down, and Dak will have no choice but to throw that one away. Pressure on cue by Chase Young, and you can't help but feel like they need a big play by that front 4 of Daron Payne, Chase Young, and you could go down the laundry list of pass rushers if they want to get back in this one.
They just need more pressure from their pass rushers. Chase Young needs to get to the QB. Chris Jones, you had Daron Payne. You just got to get to the quarterback.
Kansas City in a possible season-changing 3rd down.
They run left with Pollard.
It'll be a handoff to Tony Pollard, and he'll get the first down yardage. What a call by the Dallas OC.
And that's just heartbreaking for the KC defense. You had to get a stop there, and you just let Pollard get free and get that first down. You just can't have that happening in the Super Bowl.
And you can't help but feel like this defense is just backbroken right now. What do you even do? Is Tony Pollard up the middle, and he'll walk into the end zone standing. And folks, tell me if you've heard this one before. We are on the verge of having a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
Wow, this is getting real ugly.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible, or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. BK, have it your way.
Public, I mean, this is astonishing almost.
I mean, you just had 11 votes on KC being the favorites, and you're just letting down this whole crowd. It's just very ugly for KC right now.
Kansas City's offense will limp out onto the field, it feels like, starting on their own 25.
You got it.
Mahomes in the gun. He'll drop back, and he'll throw it up to Kadarius Toney, and there is a flag. And it'll be holding on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who had the help on Micah Parsons, who shredded his matchup up front. And now that this is a passing-only offense at this point, you're going to see these pass rushers really fire up field. And if you're Kansas City, that is bad news.
That is just terrible news. As you see, Michael Parsons gets pressure. Oh, he's going deep. Your MVP, Mecole Hardman. And
Mecole Hardman can't bring it in again. Astonishing stuff. We haven't seen this all year from the Offensive Player of the Year.
That's just rare for Mecole Hardman. You see that ball go up to him, and he's coming down with it. That's just such a killer for KC.
Dallas takes a timeout, and I mean we are shell shocked up here.
That's just terrible for Coach Orion. You have your best playmaker out there, and he just can't make a play.
Now Dallas defense will back everyone up, and he'll throw it a dangerous pass. Jabril Cox will bat it down, and this is getting a little worrying because if Kansas City doesn't convert here, you're looking at giving the ball back to Dallas.
And might I say, Dallas has a really good shot of just ending this just with this last drive.
As Mahomes in a empty set, he'll get chip help from Kelsey, and Mahomes and he puts the ball on the ground, and it is recovered once again by Osayi Odighizuwa, who will take it to the 10-yard line, and catastrophe strikes once again. I'm speaking.
And you're looking at Dallas probably looking to get 6 here again. They're not going for a field goal. They're going for 6 here. What a catastrophe for Coach Orion right now.
And Nick Bolton will shoot the gap, and he'll miss as Tony Pollard will skate by for about 2 yards. 2nd and goal from the 8. I mean, I'm speechless almost. This is not what anyone expected in today's Super Bowl.
No, there's just been no offense for Coach Orion. He gets downfield, and he just can't finish in the red zone.
And Dallas in the pistol, rarely used by either team here. And Dallas will hand it off to Tony Pollard, who will get another 3 yards as this clock will move. Kansas City calls timeout.
Actually, we'll see Coach Orion call a timeout.
I'm not surprised by that. He probably wants the ball back. He needs to get something going before half. But, I mean, got to keep the Dallas offense out of the end zone first. And it'll be another handoff to Tony Pollard, who was stopped behind the backfield by Juan Thornhill.
Good stop by Juan. Amazing tackle for loss by the Chiefs defense.
Half of the Dallas field goal. When we go to half, we will be speaking to our sideline correspondent, Father Mikey, to give us a few insights on the vibes around the Chiefs sideline. As this Dallas team will line up for the field goal to close the half. And they barely get it off.
I've been in the hills, fucking dude. 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 I've been in the hills, fucking dude.
Want to get up to their offensive player of the year, Mecole Hardman, and their defense just can't seem to get off the field on 3rd downs. And
what was the vibe around the sideline?
Everyone is frustrated. 5 turnovers from the offense and just too many points allowed from the defense.
Thank you, Mikey. We will come back to you at the end of this one. As the second half kicks off, KaVontae Turpin in position to return this one. KaVontae Turpin And he'll take a big hit. And this, not what we expected. The Dallas offense will come out with a 28-point lead, of course.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And I would imagine this is where you have to
As Prescott in the gun. Low snap, and it'll be a draw to Pollard. And he'll pick up a minimal gain, if anything.
Good shed there by Chris Jones. He's finally appeared in this game. His first tackle. You got to get more plays out of him.
Well, as we said, the only way this Kansas City offense, or Kansas City team in general, gets back into this game is if this pass rush really gets going, which is looking further and further from possible. As Prescott drops back. And he drops back further, and there's an example of how this pass rush can impact the game as two quick gains of nada. And you have to think that this KC defense, if they don't get off the field here, you can kiss any chance of playing for any more Super Bowl possibilities out the window. This second half might be just for pride if they don't get off the field. As Prescott drops back.
And he's going deep.
And he's going down the field to Gallup.
Justin Reed.
Michael Gallup. And a great play on the ball by Justin Reed will set up a punt, something we haven't seen from this Dallas offense yet.
No, we have not seen that whole game. Let's see what we have. Miko, the MVP, Miko Hardman. Let's see what he does on this punt.
Hardman fields the punt, and he has a little bit of a crease, and he is just brought down by the Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons, what a play by Micah. He's been doing that the whole game. He's just making play after play after play.
Micah Parsons is a stud, and you don't see many studs like him playing special teams, nonetheless. As a great play by him limits the damage of the Mecole punt return. As Mahomes comes out, hoping to get something going here.
We see an RPO here. Oh, dangerous
and he throws
pass.
it in a dangerous emphasis on the danger portion of that pass to the field. Is that Dallas defense is flying around. There is nothing they can't see coming at this point. Mahomes drops back, and he will throw it up to Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who has his hands on the ball and can't bring it in. And you can't help but think how different this one might be if Kansas City's playmakers could make a play.
This has just been drop after drop after drop. I just can't feel for Mahomes right now. Just getting the ball to your receivers and your receivers just dropping it. It's just been rough for him.
Mahomes drops back, and he'll throw it up once again.
And it's
Hardman, and it is intercepted by former INT King Trayvon Diggs, and he'll go up the sideline, and he's brought down hard by center Creed Humphrey. But once again, turnovers, killing this Kansas City team, and you might start needing to think about maybe Mahomes isn't right at this point.
He just can't get the ball off with no pressure in his face. As you saw in that previous play, Micah Parsons is just there immediately. You just can't.
As Dak and company take their time back out on the field, and a quick 8-yard strike underneath, something this KC offense hasn't utilized much of, and a handoff. Another thing this KC offense hasn't utilized, and this one has big play potential. The speedster Tony Pollard up the sideline, and he had a lot more room out towards the sideline if he wanted to use it, but he's brought down inside the 20, and it might be goodnight Irene in the third quarter.
And if you're Dallas here, you just want to chew the clock out and just get this over with and hold up that Lombardi. This is getting out of hand for KC. Oh, you see a jump ball to CD, and it's picked off.
And it is picked off legit.
Wow.
And Kansas City, just what the doctor ordered, If they want any chance of getting back in this game, it's going to take turnovers and big plays, something they haven't been able to capitalize on. As Mahomes drops back, and he's got Kadarius Toney, a definite lost figure in this offense is Kadarius Toney. Not many people give him the credit he deserves. He was also a 1,000-yard receiver.
He was just consistent this whole year. He was definitely not talked about enough.
As Mahomes may be looking to get his other playmakers involved. He'll drop back here. He has Kelsey across the middle, and Mahomes, because of that pressure, can't get it off.
Yeah, Mahomes just has seen pressure in his face this whole game. If he's had just a tad bit more time in that pocket, he would deliver that on the money to Kelsey.
As we've seen him do so many times. As he'll deliver it on a line, Travis Kelsey, as we've seen him do so many times, and they have to get going with a little bit of tempo here.
Yeah, they got to get a score quick if they want any chance of at least coming back in this game.
Mahomes drops back, and he'll dip it underneath to Toney, who will take a big hit, but not a hit that'll take away the first down, as that is what is most important there. There's Toney getting involved here in the second half.
Yeah, you gotta get Toney involved.
As we see Mahomes come out in a little bit of a tight 2x2 set. Mahomes will drop back. Once again, he'll throw the corner out to McCole Hardman, and they finally link up for the first time since that big play in the first quarter, and once again with a little bit of tempo. Mahomes
drops back.
Wide
open Kelsey in the end zone.
Travis Kelsey open, touchdown, Kansas City. And they strike once again in order to make this a 21-point game. And you can't help but think if they make it 2 possessions by the fourth quarter, there's a little bit of life there in that Kansas City sideline.
Oh.
And a 2-point conversion, and that'll make it a 20-point game. Don't know the exact rationale behind going for 2, but they do it and they convert as he finds Kelsey. As Townsend will send it off.
Here comes Turpin on the return. Let's see what he does with this.
MVP Kavonte Turpin. Now, partner, this Kansas City defense has put together 2 stops. What can they do to continue building upon that?
Well, what you got to do is hopefully your pass rush gets there. You need Chase Young to get him in Dak's face immediately this drive.
And Dak will hand it off to Pollard, who can't get much going. Other than that big run, this Dallas running game has been substantially held in check for the most part. It just doesn't matter because Kansas City's been giving them short fields for majority of their drives.
They have been giving short field every single drive. As you see, Dak drops back, and he finds an open Tolbert.
He finds Jalen Tolbert once again, the speedster, making his mark on this Super Bowl.
And I'm just seeing this whole game, just no pressure on Dak whatsoever. He just drops back, throws it, no pressure at all.
And Dak with a bunch set. A little bit of a tighter set with 2 receivers to his left, and he'll hand it off to Pollard. And Pollard gets the edge, and Pollard makes a move, and he'll get a gain of about 15. And just when you think Kansas City has a little bit of momentum on their side, this Dallas offense is putting together a nice drive. Dak making adjustments at the line. And pressure sent here by the Kansas City defense. And Justin Reed was going step for step with Gallup, but a perfectly delivered ball by Dak Prescott. And the coverage was fine. It just wasn't perfect, and it needed to be.
This is what Juan Thornhill did his best, but he just can't keep up with Michael Gallup. Just can't.
And Dak Prescott in the gun once again. The Kansas City D-line moving. Dak making checks at the line. And Dak throwing it up to his main man, Jalen Tolbert, who hauls it in but can't get the feet down.
Can't get the feet down, and he goes out of bounds. What a play, but just can't get his feet in bounds.
And Dallas, a 3rd and 1. Kansas City in a gotta-have-it situation. Mesh concept, and he throws it, and it's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed gets another, and another huge turn of events as Kansas City has possible life, and you can see this team start to galvanize themselves a little bit after huge plays like that.
Huge turnovers. Huge. The KC offense needs to capitalize on this. They need points.
Jody Fortson goes in motion. Mahomes, play action. And he's got a man down the field, and he'll dump it off Kadarius Toney, and he'll make a man miss, and he'll get into Dallas territory nearly. And this KC team is starting to find a groove, but you have to wonder, is it too little, too late?
You got to wonder if it's too late. You got to get a score as quick as possible. And you got to rely on your defense again to get another stop on Dak, who's just been hot.
Mahomes drops back, and he delivers it to Kelsey, and it is intercepted just like that. Is that the flame getting snuffed out for Kansas City?
That might as well be the flame getting sniffed out. Wow, what a play by Javon Curse. What a play.
It is not easy to stick with a player of Kelsey's caliber, and he was there stride for stride. The timing looked a little...
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible, or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. Have it your way.
Well, one of the bright spots for this Kansas City team.
And as you see on the previous play, what a...
I think we lost him, partner. And it'll be a toss. Tony Pollard. And he has nowhere to go. Back-to-back backwards plays for this Dallas offense. And KC's defense finally getting it together. And once again, you might have to think, is it too little, too late? Partner, did we lose you? Ladies and gentlemen, my partner has jumped out of the window of the booth. I believe he is no longer with us. We apologize for the inconvenience. As Dak Prescott comes out in the pistol. And pressure, and the ball is up for grabs, and Cedarian Lamb goes up over two Chiefs. Insane catch. And just exactly what Dallas needed to break that string of back-to-back backwards plays. And Kansas City is reeling. The knockout blow might be on the verge.
Yeah, sorry about that, partner. But we were having technical difficulties here, but I just can say what a play by the Oakland man himself, CeeDee Lamb. What a play.
The Oklahoma product has been a mainstay of this Dallas offense, and for reasons like that. As Dak Prescott under center, Dallas looking to salt this one away for good. Making changes, he'll drop back, and he'll have a man at the middle, but Nick Bolton, we can't say his name enough, and he laterals it, and almost just boneheaded mistake. What was he doing there?
I don't know what Nick Bolton was thinking. He just lateraled it back, and he thought he was playing the yard. Wow.
As Mahomes drops back, and he'll need to pull out some backyard style maneuvers if he wants to get Kansas City back in this one.
You need another deep shot to your playmaker, Miko. I know he's dropped 2 or 3 balls, but you have to get it in his hands. You have to try in this Super Bowl to get it in his hands.
Couldn't agree more. As Mahomes in the gun. And they leave Micah Parsons one-on-one, and he impacts the throw. And Joseph with another pick. You might as well chalk it up to Micah Parsons, as he is unstoppable off the edge.
He has just gotten pressure in Mahomes' face every single time he drops back and tries to throw. What a play. Micah Parsons deserves Super Bowl MVP.
And Nick Bolton, who's making a case for the best player on this Kansas City team right now. 3 TFLs, an interception, and he's been everywhere. And it's just a shame that his effort might go unrewarded.
Just a shame indeed. Just KC offense has not gotten anything going their way with.
And as of now, this would be the lowest total put up by the Kansas City offense all year, and not a good time for it to come up.
Absolutely not a good time.
Drops back, and he has a man. It's his main man, Jalen Tolbert, who has been cooking every matchup he's had. It doesn't matter who they put on him. He is in another level right now.
He has stepped up big in the Super Bowl, might I say. He's done more than
As Rashad Wildgoose comes off free, and he can't get it in, and there's a flag, a completion of CeeDee Lamb. He breaks a tackle, and he's up the sideline, and that is this game in a microcosm. Roughing the passer on Rashad Wildgoose is the call. He comes off free, misses, roughs the passer, the ball is completed, and multiple missed tackles, and like I said, that's just a microcosm of what we've seen.
That's just a killer for this KC defense.
Dak Prescott, 2x2. He'll hand it off to Pollard, who will push forward for about a yard. Tony Pollard approaching the century mark for this one. And it's been all Dallas, with the exception of a few body blows thrown by this KC team.
It's just been all Dallas this whole game.
In a motion, handoff to Pollard, and Mike Dana and L'Jarius Sneed combined to put a lick on Tony Pollard. Under 4 minutes to go in the Super Bowl, Dallas closing in on adding to their already illustrious career and adding a new chapter to their legacy of this year on instead of the 1940s, basically, the last time they were relevant. Handoff, fake to Zeke, and he'll throw it up. Dalton Schultz gets in the end zone. And if it wasn't already in complete and utter put in the bag, it is now in the bag for this Dallas team.
Wow, what a performance by Dallas, might I say. Dak completely stepped up in the Super Bowl. Michael Parsons doing what he's been doing all year, getting pressure, getting to that QB. Just what an effort by this whole Dallas team. What an effort.
As a Kansas City offense going out for what almost feels like one last hurrah. Hopefully to just showcase what this unit is able to do. Is we know in the NFL it's a business. Not everybody you see on the field right now will be back in red and white.
No, you could talk about their left tackle, Orlando Brown, who's an unrestricted free agent this year.
And a bomb to Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Sorry to cut you off there. Just what they've been doing all year, but they couldn't get it done in the bowl.
Nope. Too little, too late.
Mahomes
and he just
delivers a strike to the defense. Malik Hooker with the interception. And just Dallas has to sit on this one for about 3 minutes, and they get to add another Super Bowl to this franchise's history.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper, I rule this day. BK, have it your way.
To a obviously dominant Super Bowl performance in a brutal NFC East. We talked about the Commanders earlier. They were a problem for majority of teams, but Dallas dispatched them 3 times. Not something you see commonly done, and this is a stunner in its own right.
This is just a complete stunner. You got to think about Dallas's run through the playoffs, went through the Commanders after the bye, went through the hot 49ers, and they just completely destroy these Kansas City Chiefs.
And
as you
Dak
see Mahomes,
throwing it up, and
as you see Dak Prescott, my bad.
The emergence of Rashad Wildgoose continues. And then
former commander, by the way. As
former commander.
Okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling.
And this is a rough look for Kansas City, partner.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Partner, did you jump out the window again?
No, partner, I'm here.
Mahomes delivers a strike
Mahomes.
to Hardman. I mean,
Well, I
it's
mean,
hard
that's
to
just for
it's hard to
pride.
get electric on that one. That is as we have the Fetty Wap score coming in.
17-38. Raw.
As Mahomes
KC.
throw the slant to Hardman. And it'll be 38-19, cutting it to a 19-point deficit. As the
Did you see
onside
Johnny
kick unit
Thompson?
takes the field. And they don't get the hop they desired as CD Lamb comes in and he'll take care of business.
They had to try the onside kick there, but just have no hope for a comeback here. 2 minutes left, 2:29 left, down
Dak
19.
Prescott in the gun, quite surprising, but they will hand it off regardless. And Justin Reed will make the tackle about 5 yards. Kansas City obviously calls a timeout and trying to prolong this season in just the energy on the sideline, the energy in the fan base. Where does Kansas City go from here, partner?
They got to get a style first on defense. And as you see, what a
A
play.
lateral to Dalton Schultz, and Dallas getting a little disrespectful with it. You can almost sense that they know the Super Bowl is within their grasp, and they're just having fun in the last few minutes of this season.
They're simply playing the yard out there. They're just having fun playing in this Super Bowl. They know they've got this Lombardi in the bag.
Well, we think about possible MVP candidates, partner. Who are you choosing to take home the mantle of Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah, you know who I got MVP? I will say Michael Parsons. Easily.
Michael Parsons
has
has
caused
game
almost
record.
every turnover.
I can't disagree with that one. Michael Parsons has been a problem, but I'm going to go with Dak Prescott as the quarterback showing up, much maligned throughout his career. You hear so many things about him, and you can't help but think that this is a coming out party for him in a sense, and almost a statement that Dallas is set to be a dynasty with him at the helm.
A dynasty indeed. This Dallas team is just so dominant. As we see Chase Young, wow, as he gets a sack, but it's too little too late for KC.
As Coach Gucci sends the field goal unit out, and KC selling out for the block. As Dallas will drill this one. Brett Maher has been perfect today. As Kansas City will truly get their last hurrah coming up, as Jet McKinnon will let this one fall. And you can't help but wonder if Kansas City going through that grueling AFC West has maybe led to them running out of gas when it mattered most.
It has led them run out of gas. They dominated this whole regular season and just couldn't show out in this Super Bowl.
It's astonishing after seeing them dispatch of such a hot Steelers team. As Mahomes drops back and does what he's done all year, and he'll chuck it up. Marquez Valdes-Scantling going up for it, and it is almost intercepted 13 times. Once again by Joseph, but no cigar as Kansas City harmlessly lets that one fall to the turf. And Mahomes drops back once again, and he will throw this one up to Mecole Hardman. He's got to step on Diggs. And partner, have you seen anything like this?
It's just another drop. Trevon Diggs has just been absolutely handling Mecole Hardman like nothing. Every single time Mahomes goes deep, it's broken up by Trevon Diggs. Wow.
Mahomes will throw this one up. Try it on the other side. Hardman on Diggs, and this one is caught, but it's caught by Trevon Diggs, and that is all she wrote. Diggs running around. He's tackled by Kadarius Toney at the 50.
Whopper, junior, double, triple, Whopper, impossible or bacon Whopper. I rule this day.
By Dallas, they dominated this whole game. Mecole Hardman, Patrick Mahomes, this whole KC offense just couldn't do what they did all season. They couldn't get it done.
And you can't help but think of that early pick six setting the tone. Anthony Barr with a astonishing pick six early on, which just sent KC into a spiral almost. As Kansas City watches the seconds tick off the clock of their season, and there's a lot of discussion to be had. Obviously, that AFC West is so gram-packed full of talent. You have the Chargers, who are one game out of the playoffs, the Raiders, who the Chiefs dispatched of, and you have the Broncos, who disappointed in the postseason, but also exceeded expectations in the regular season. A lot of question marks, but for now, we look at the glory of the Dallas Cowboys as Dak is emotional and overcome, and so is Noah Brown, and it is a crazy scene here in Arizona.
As you see Dak Prescott dap up Patrick Mahomes and just tell him, wow, you really lost to me. Insane Super Bowl.
As Coach Gucci holds Lombardi, and he'll hand it, let the teammates touch it, as this is a scene for the ages.
A scene indeed for the ages, as Dallas, his dynasty, just starts here. What a night for Dak Prescott and this whole Cowboys team, as you see him absolutely bragging in everyone's face. He has a Lombardi.
And we go down to our sideline correspondent who is catching this scene, obviously, in real time. What is it like down there on the field?
Very chaotic. Dallas is celebrating after a blowout win against the Chiefs, who were hot during the regular season, and just the Cowboys were doubted. Everyone had the Chiefs as favorites, and they came up short by a lot.
Thank you, partner.
Really
Thank you for your work down there. And, partner, this will be us logging off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the broadcast. You have any parting words for us?
Well, I will say, raw!
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. And BK.